Hi, welcome in. If you are new here, my name is Kinny. I am a psychic, tarot reader, medium, singer, songwriter, professional witch, and practitioner. Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing ahead of time. If you feel compelled to, if you like it over here, I would appreciate it. So today we're going to be talking about this deck that I got. Okay. This is the Citadel, a fantasy oracle by Finn Inkwright. Okay. So we're going to be getting into this and what the deck looks like, why I was called to it, all of that. Okay. But before we get started with that, if y'all are interested in ever booking a personal reading with me, okay, or magic with me, go ahead and check the link in my description box, okay, and we can talk. So, this is the Citadel, okay, a fantasy oracle, and really what it is it's been a minute since I got myself a new deck. I just got the Kawaii Tarot as a Christmas gift from a friend, but at some point in time, I told myself I was going to get a new tarot deck or a new oracle deck for every like zodiac season, right? And then I stopped doing that for a while, and it's time for me to get back into that, okay? So we start off with the best season, Capricorn season. Okay, my birthday is January 18th, if anybody wants to know. So this is going to be my Capricorn season deck, okay? And it really kind of gives that from looking at the outside. So let's look at that artwork, okay? The Citadel itself is like a high point that kind of like overarches the city, like a big castle vibe, like a big fortress vibe, okay? And that gives me Capricorn, like sitting at the top. We love to see it sitting at the top, okay? It has this like gold metallic like insignia that's on all of it, and apparently the cards are like that on the sides too. I like when decks have like a silvery or like golden or like glowing side. So yeah, this is the back, and we're gonna just essentially go through these and look at the cards, see what they look like. The Citadel is an archetype oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. If I'm not mistaken, you can use this as a game, but we're about to open it up and see really what called me to it as a whole. Like whenever I shop for decks, I only ever get the deck that like makes sense to me. Like it has to feel warm in my hand, or like I can't put it down, or like I keep thinking about it. I keep coming back to it. And I felt that with this, but really what was the confirmation was these ravens, okay, on the back, because ravens have been very, very significant for me recently. And I was like, okay, like this must be the one. It says each reading with the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city, experiencing new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bags, open the gates, and step inside. Now, like they said, this is an archetype oracle, so it has to do with like personality types, okay? I would definitely, based off of what I'm assuming, because like we're unboxing this together, this is a deck that has a lot to do with like specific people. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to narrow down the type of people in your life, the type of energy that you're currently in. As a vibe, this is a 60 card foiled oracle. Like that's what this like coloring is. 60 card foiled oracle deck with a guidebook. Okay, this was created by Sterling Ethos. It says plus bonus guide for use with tabletop games. So I guess that you can play this with friends. Okay. My nails are long, so I had somebody help me make a little tab in the bottom so y'all could open this bitch up with me. Okay, so here we go. It's even cuter without the plastic. Okay, the deck feels kind of like, not say cardboard-esque, but like paper-esque. I didn't think it was gonna feel like that for some reason. But yeah, this is by Finn Inkwright. There's no like illustrator's name, so I think that Finn Inkwright created the cards as well as the deck itself. So that's what it's looking like on top. Okay, once again, that's that front. Super cute. I like the colors. The colors are giving fall, even though it's Capricorn season, but they're giving like regal. Okay, and look at the bottom when you open it, right? Also look, little detail on the side. Little detail on the side. You open it, okay, and it's there. My boyfriend's like, that's nice, okay. This is Latin. I don't know what it says, so I'm not going to read it off the top without, but it does say something about good luck. Okay, because we don't just be reading random Latin, y'all. We'll be casting spells. Ooh, and there's artwork all on the inside. All on the inside of the box. I love intricate shit like that. Like, it's so cute. So the box itself is so cute. There's a little rabbit, okay? There is a moon. I'm obsessed with this actually, okay? And the red is giving me garnet. It's giving me Capricorn. There's a bee. Here's a snake wrapped around a sword right here, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Let's make ASMR for y'all. Okay. And there's artwork inside of here as well, okay? And it has like little piece of paper that will boost it up for you to get it. But like, I love that there is like, everything is printed on everything. Everything is so cute. Okay, so here's a little top piece, okay? Discard that. Oh my gosh, this is what the booklet is looking like. It says the Citadel instructional booklet. Yeah, Finn Inkwright must have been the author as well as the illustrator. And there's this motif that we see on the side of the box as well, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and slip the paper off, tarot panties, okay? And we're going to see what's going on. Look at the back. This is so cute, and they're octagonal, is what it says when I was looking on the Barnes & Noble website. Mind you, this deck is linked down below in the description box, okay? I got this deck from Barnes & Noble. I get all of my decks from Barnes & Noble for the most part, okay? And every Barnes & Noble has a different selection of decks. But that's what all the backs of these are looking like. Give you an up close of that again. I love weird shit. I do. I love weird decks, like when they have like something significant about them. Like for this one, I looked at my boyfriend like, for this deck, okay, you can see the Citadel. It's like as above, so below, and I really, really like that. That's definitely something I want to get tattooed one day. As above, so below. That quote itself is definitely about like how the planets and stars move and what goes on in the heavens is how that reflects down to us while we're here on Earth. And I really, really like that. Okay, the colors, the artwork is giving it's giving Capricorn, it's giving Capricorn, and there's the 4 elements that are sitting here on the front. So let's go through a few of these. Okay, so we have the aspirant, okay, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. These are super, super cute. Okay, this is the very, very front of the deck. So this is the first card. The aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Okay, and there's like this key insignia on there. I'm actually obsessed with this deck. This is a fantastic choice. Okay, and we're about to look into the guidebook to just kind of see how these are set up. But like, there's texture on these, y'all. Like these little gold flakes. Like I'm touching it, and you can like feel it in there. This is so cool. I'm obsessed with this. It's like they're like engraved into the card. Like I can feel the texture on the key, the texture on everything gold has a texture. Like it's been like engraved into the deck. These are beautiful. It's almost like I thought they were rhinestones originally, like on the hands, but this is beautiful. Ooh, the assassin. Okay, look at that. These are so cute. Ruthlessness and conviction. I'm like, these are so cute, and they are. The catalyst. Ooh, y'all. Okay, the catalyst. Radical changes, taking control. Okay, I need to pause on these and look in the thingy, the booklet, my bad. The diviner, divine timing and evaluation. I can already see myself loving to use this deck. I see it. I see it. I see it. And it's very, very inspiring for me in regards to making my own deck. The fate. And also, y'all, when it comes down to y'all making y'all's own decks, like, don't be afraid to do some out of the box shit, some weird shit, wild shit, okay? Because there's people like me who really do fuck with this. Like, I love the fact that it's this shape, you know what I'm saying? But it's still, like, small enough to, like, yes, the fate, accepting help and guidance, okay? Like the red strings of fate. This is cute. This is cute. I love this. This is the founder, okay? Foundations and community. And maybe while I'm going through these, there's some of these cards that are really resonating with you, okay? Like I said, I put the link in the description. I got this from Barnes & Noble, my local Barnes & Noble. The air, unseen potential and hesitation. And these, like, it's like they're simple, but they have like complexities in the background of them that I really feel like I can like get with, okay? Like this is a more like it's an archetype deck which has to do with like people, you know what I'm saying, like figures, characters, personality types and such. But these are definitely more intuitive. Like you can definitely be an intuitive reader and read these, as is the case with most oracles. But like this is like I feel like I can get a lot from the actual like illustration. So we have the Hound, loyalty, chains, and promises. Common themes that I see running through this deck: swords for sure. And definitely there is a large animal representation, whether it's on the outside of the deck or on the cards themselves. It really does give like a game, like a story. And look, here we go. In crowns as well, the king. Okay, this deck is also really reminding me of Archangel Michael. The king, control, reversal of fortune. Okay, like I don't know. There's lots of crown motifs. There's lots of like valor and honor. You know what I'm saying? There is lots of like flowers and hands as well. The poet, relationships and vulnerability. There's lots of engraved flowers and lots of hands. And the hands are all black. Okay, the queen, once again. Okay, we're there with that motif with the swords and the crowns, determination and sacrifice. Okay, the sleeper, cause and effect and clarity. I love this card. This is so cute to me. And it's like shimmering, y'all. I love this deck. The sleeper, cause and effect and clarity. Like anytime I see the sun, okay, in a card, I take into consideration where the sun is right now. And right now it's in Capricorn. Big cap. Big cap. Okay. Okay. The spy master, knowledge and distrust. And the spy master is this raven or crow, but this is a raven, I believe. And so yeah, there is also a lot of key motifs. Okay. So I could definitely like guesstimate that they're gonna have like a running theme about keys in here, like a note about that inside of the booklet itself. There's also a lot of clouds and eyes, okay, in regards to this deck. The waker, awareness and reflection. Like I can kind of tell which cards kind of go with which. I love the way the clouds are drawn in here. This is so cute. This is so cute. Okay, the wise one. There we are with the eyes and the black hands and foliage, tradition and order. The acolyte. Ooh, a vase. The acolyte, okay? New projects and learning. Y'all, I'm about to cut the fuck up with this deck, okay? I love the gold, black, and red motif. Very Capricorn. The alchemist. Ooh, this one has more gold than anything, which makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like turning like metal into gold, okay? Balance, invention, and destruction, okay? Like, these are so... And they're actually like... They're not super thick, but they're not like flimsy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're lightweight. Like it's not a heavy deck, but they feel like they're obviously paper, but they have like a slight lamination on them. So the archer, building your time, planning ahead. This card gives me Sagittarius vibes. Yeah, heavy on the arrows as well. Like I said, this is giving very like game. The astronomer, discovery and augury. Like, and being an augur is like being able to look at the stars, read the stars. Oh, peanut butter. Not one of half my deck. I'm coming. I did, but I'll eat that. I'll eat that with the... It's okay, baby. The astronomer, discovery, augury. It's okay, baby. I'll eat the honey bread. The astronomer, discovery, and augury. And now I'll probably always associate this with honey or peanut butter. Okay. The captain, taking command and teamwork. And this is reminding me of Narnia, which we were just getting ready to watch, okay? But I love the golden here. The captain, taking command, teamwork. The cartographer, a crossroads, and exploration. This is like a map and a compass. This deck is beautiful. Very well done. Finn, okay? The champion, achievement, and downfall. Okay? The enchanter, deception, and trickery. Okay, I like these are skeleton hands, which also gives me La Santa Muerte. Okay, so the guide, inheritance and correction. There's those keys again. The orator, communication and confidence. The orator, the patron, mentorship and finances. There's these little like sabers that are on the side of the box, if I'm not mistaken. The priest, this one's also heavily covered in gold. Perseverance and faith. This one's super, it's almost like a mirror. Like y'all can see yourselves in this. Like it's almost like a mirror. I like that. The scholar, investigation, research. These are going to be super, super great for telling me like what it is I need to be doing. Okay. And for bringing that up in readings. The centennial, determination and certainty. There's definitely a large like Latin theme. It definitely gives me like storyline, movie, like fantasy book, exactly as it advertises. The warrior, perfectionism and burnout. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those like check yourself before you wreck yourself decks. Like using it to really get to the core of somebody's like personality or my own. The botanist, parenthood and legacy. Thank you, Papa. The botanist, parenthood, and legacy. Beautiful. The flowers. We're almost done. The forgotten, missed opportunities, and fear of failure. Loving the line work. I just feel like I'm going to get a lot of intuitive messages from these. The gambler, loss and risks. The rings on the hand are super cute. The hunter, okay. Sure-footedness and predestination. Okay. The merchant, and when I start learning what these are and like fully giving readings with these, okay, y'all gonna be sick of me. Okay, the merchant, self-worth and trade. Okay, are these apples on the side? Yeah, they definitely give me Santissima vibes in this deck. And with this scale, I just love the artwork in this. It's so cute. Okay, so we have the miser. That word been coming up a lot. The miser, stubbornness and inflexibility. Period. The muse, generosity, naivety. Once again, I like that when the sun is there, it's almost reflective. Like I feel like that's purposeful. The pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. Yeah. The pilgrim, opportunities and growth. The sailor, new influences and wanderlust. That's the one. The shepherd, celebration and family. Emphasis on these horned animals. The smith, overthinking, taking action. Excuse me, Thor and Thor's hammer. Sagittarius, Jupiter vibes. The thief, seizing the moment and selfishness. Like, this is one of them decks that's definitely going to tell you about people. That also gives me the archetype deck by, I believe it's Caroline Mrs. deck. I could be wrong. Please don't quote me on that. But yeah, the red archetype deck, but like in a more fantasy-esque way. The vengeance, overcoming slights, a choice, okay? Here's an anchor, and this also gives me the red strings of fate as well. The walker, the unknown, a journey. Okay, birds. This gives me the ending song of Adventure Time. And then we have the adventurer, responsibility and expectations. And there's a volcano and a moon at the top. I do the same thing that I do with the sun on a card with the moon. I take into account where the moon is. When I'm filming this right now, the moon is in Gemini, and we're a few days away from the full moon in Capricorn. We have the brawler, lack of empathy and confrontation. And even just looking at this right now, this is a confirmation. The whole card itself, we won't even get into it because it's personal, but literally like this is a confirmation for me about something I was talking about in these last 24 hours. So we have the chiromancer, delivering news and collaboration. Okay, so this one is about like palmistry, reading the palms. Like, this is so cool. The dancer, self-expression and strength. Yeah. Um this is the one. I love this deck. I love it. I love it. I love it. This was definitely the right intuitive choice. The Herald, small regrets and longing. This one is filled with like snakes, okay, a rabbit and a moon. They're so complex. Like, there's so many different details to look at in each of the cards. The Masquerade, okay, hiding your true self in projection. Yes, okay, painted masks. Masks. Oh my gosh. The Musician, inspiration and gratitude. There's something here for everybody. Quite literally. There's something here for everybody. And I can definitely see how these could be used. The Painter, ooh, productivity and creation. Look at how gorgeous. That orange, like, that copper foil. The Puppeteer, explanations and apologies. See, we're going through this, okay? So y'all can see if this is something that resonates with you, if you want to get you one of these. These are so cute. I be watching unboxings here and there. The Runaway, secrets, running from problems. And it's like this little bird cage is empty. Oh, it's right. The Storyteller, viewpoints and control. And it's like shadow puppets. Hand shadow puppets. This also gives me the idea of like evil eye for some reason at the top. The Tailor, attention to detail and pride. So these are all just about like who you are at this moment in time. The Twins, self-protection and dual natures. Cranes, okay, or geese. The Weaver, we're at the last two, y'all. The Weaver, rediscovery and transition, okay. The Witch, experimentation and rebellion is the last card, and it's like the moon phases, okay? So we're about to look in this book, okay? Has a lantern on the front, and like I said, that running motif with the hands and the sword on the back. It's so crisp, y'all. Oh my gosh. This is what it says on the front. It says the Citadel, okay? And there's that sword with the words wrapped around it, okay? Ooh, and it's showing you like a citadel. Like I said, the compass itself is a running theme, which makes sense for this to be kind of like a tabletop game situation, like fantasy lore thing they have going on, okay? Boats, okay, 2023, first published in 2023 by Liminal 2, okay. So the contents, okay, we have a quick reading guide, a foreword, a word from the author, your journey through the Citadel, how the Citadel works, okay, the card meanings themselves, and really I'll just like show how they're set up, okay, and I'll pick one card and show you how it's set up on that page. Card meanings, gaming with the Citadel, okay, and spreads, complementing the tarot. Ooh, so they show you how to use this with the tarot, okay? Even though that's exactly what I would use it for in general. That's what the content page is looking like. Okay, let's go ahead and turn, boo. Ooh, it gives you a quick reading guide. Yes, it gives you a list of all the cards. And like essentially a couple of words for what it is that they mean. What are the numbers on the side? I'm so curious. Oh, they tell you where to find each one. Look at this, y'all. So it's a quick reading guide. So if you don't have time to like go through the whole thing and you just want a quick answer, okay, it shows you like a few keywords for each of the archetypes that you pull. Okay, so it says like, if I were to pull 34, like the founder, okay, that's on page 34, and it says foundations and community. You know what I'm saying? Or 74, which is orator, communication and confidence, like quick references to what's going on. Okay, and it does that for all of the cards and all the pages that they're on. Okay, there's a foreword in here. Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and read the foreword. Okay, I've been creating this is from Finn Inkwright. I have been creating fantastic places in my head for as long as I can remember. Some of my fondest childhood memories are of roaming my grandmother's little garden, which seemed so big at the time, with a dustbin lid as a shield and a broken broom handled sword to stand against the imagined minions of evil sorcerers, recovering mystical orbs that looked strangely like my grandfather's cricket ball. As I grew older, I may have hung up the +2 dustbin shield of gardenia, but the love of fantasy stayed with me. Whilst I embrace my fervor for the genre in books, movies, and video games, it has always been in role playing games that fantasy has resonated most with me. Dungeons and Dragons, perhaps the most famous role playing game in the world, had been a cult hit during the 80s, but growing up in the UK, I had never had a copy to play. It wasn't until the late 90s when Wizards of the Coast acquired the D&D brand and created a brand new version of the game that I was able to experience it. My school friends and I found the third edition starter set in a dingy comic book shop and bought it with our pooled pocket money. We rushed home to play it, then played it almost every day we could until years later when university and jobs split us apart. The world has changed a lot since then. In the last decade, role playing games have been welcomed with open arms, not just in big Hollywood media, but in schools, offices, and most importantly, online. With the rise of platforms like YouTube, hey YouTube, Twitch, podcasting, and TikTok, okay, follow me on TikTok at Tarot Seed with Kinny, games like Dungeons and Dragons have had their stigmas washed away and have become more accessible and open to everyone. I was fortunate enough to be able to turn my passion for this hobby into a successful career with my live streaming podcast, High Rollers. Okay, check out High Rollers by Finn Inkright. As part of that journey, I have helped many D&D players and dungeon masters discover and learn about this game I adore so much. Finn Inkright is one of those players. Across our years of friendship, we have spoken at length in restaurants, convention halls, and compact living rooms about our love of fantasy and storytelling. We have swapped stories of our characters' exploits and rambled at each other about the detailed lore of some city or world we are writing. This is why I knew the Citadel would be something really special. The Citadel is a vibrant journey through a place of meaning and fate. Each card is beautifully and richly illustrated, I agree, with alluring artwork that draws you into the world Finn has built. And the deck's overall design combines the explorative and narrative elements of both tarot and role playing games in a marvelous way. Each of the four suits represents a layer of the city. Okay, y'all, this is the lore of the cards. Okay, each of the four suits represents a layer of the city, and the court cards are the influential people within it. Oh, woven together with the unique spread suggestions that help tell the city's tales and aid in divination. The Citadel story is a powerful one. Within the details of the striking graphics lie hidden connections and meanings. That's what I was talking about. I see that, which will conjure ideas and insights to help you, whether you're performing a reading with it as an oracle deck or using it to help spark inspiration for authors and game masters. That's super fucking cool. I find the core cards are especially brilliant with the fantastic representations of major fantasy archetypes, themes, and devices. They are gilded treasure chests of vibrant and interesting ideas waiting to be plundered by adventurers and world builders. The Hound and the Guide are two personal favorites that I already wish to experience as characters. Okay, so the author's favorite is The Hound and Guide. Okay, so I'll take that into account when I'm reading this. There is so much power in fantasy and role playing. I know from experience it can help people learn about themselves, discover their true identity, and do so much more. Fantasy takes us to places where the realities of our daily lives can be brushed away for a moment, places we can laugh, cry, love, and be vulnerable. It helps us forge stories that makes us feel strong, brave, and liberated, even when everything around us feels impossible. Fantasy is a little garden, a dustbin lid shield, and the adventures that stay with us for a lifetime. The Citadel is a fantastic love letter to the genre and a wonderful tool for anyone who dreams of telling fantasy stories in any format. This is from Mark Holmes, the writer and dungeon master for High Rollers D&D. Interesting. So y'all, essentially this is of course, like fantasy deck inspired by somebody who really, really loves fantasy for real, and they created characters that they wanted to see themselves in and that they wanted to play with, and I think that that's very real. Also, the way this is set up, okay, four suits represent a different layer of the city, and the core cards are the influential people within it. I think that's very fucking cool. Okay. So that was the foreword, okay, that we just read. And okay, so the person who wrote the foreword, their two favorite cards are the Hound and the other one. This is from the author. And then we pick a card. Oh. Oh, okay. This is the same author who created the Seed and Sickle. Okay. Thanks for picking up a copy of the Citadel. This deck is a tribute to fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. So I hope that here you'll find not just an oracle deck, but a new world, complete with a host of new characters to indulge your imagination with. During the process of creating this deck, I find myself building a universe rich with history as I illustrated the cards. Though some have certainly been designed as little tributes to famous fantasy worlds, the majority are unique to the Citadel. As I was creating them, certain cards jumped out as if to say, I'm important in this particular tale, while others seem to share such strong connections that they are, in my mind, inextricably linked. Though I made little nods to these secret links in the artwork, you may notice that some items appear on multiple cards. I did. I won't reveal these stories to you, as a deck like this should adapt to the needs of the reader, and I want you to find your own stories in it. I completely agree. Which cards are connected, which represent people you know, which feel like a reflection of yourself. It's important for you to discover these in your own way. Excuse me. Those of you familiar with my first deck, the Seed and Sickle, may find this oracle a stark contrast from the first. Okay, if you were expecting another botanical deck full of folklore, you'll definitely be surprised. But to me, the two decks are something of a companion set. It was my initial forays into fantasy books that inspired my love for botanical folklore in the first place, so it only feels natural to step from one subject to another. You see, when I was very young, I picked up the Redwall books by author Brian Jacques. In this world of complex woodland societies and warring animal clans, I was introduced to the concept that plants could be used for medicines, for poisons, for magic, a concept that grabbed my imagination and has shaped the direction of my life as it is now. I once even tried writing a novel of my own, steeped in the rich folklore and legends of Ireland, but I quickly learned that fiction writing was not for me, and that manuscript has been banished to the dusty corners of long forgotten computer folders. Many years later, when my love of books had seeped over into the world of laptop gaming, I wanted to combine my passion for plants and fantasy, and I aspired to write a short guide for gamers who wanted to incorporate plants into their own fictional worlds. Quote unquote, a short guide quickly became a series of books for everyone to enjoy, and it's been a source of endless pleasure to see folk magic and healing and botanical curses and poisons being enjoyed by readers across both the gaming community and wider world. So, this deck is a tribute piece to every writer and every game that sculpted me, to Brian Jacques, who started it all, to Emma Viacelli, who introduced me to Dungeons and Dragons almost 15 years ago, to Mark Holmes and Andrew Ruddick, my first DMs, to Eleanor Tremere, who helped develop this deck into the diverse, beautiful tool that it is, to Garth Nix, J.R.R. Tolkien, Hiromu Arakawa, and every author who has ignited a spark of inspiration with us all, or in us all. And to everyone who picks up this deck, may you never run out of good books, and may the dice ever roll in your favor. And there's a little eye, and it says Finn, okay? So we love to see it. I think that's super cute. Okay, so before we go ahead and get into it, your journey through the Citadel. Between two white chalk cliffs lies a turquoise bay, and at the edge of that bay stands a city. White stone walls gleam in the sun, and red banners snap and wave in the ocean breeze. The sea curls lazily around the rocks of the bay, warm and placid, and the fields are alive with the sights and sounds of farms and orchards. This is the Citadel, home of fates and possibilities, and host to remarkable people whose stories provide an insight into the nature of humanity itself. The Citadel is an archetypal oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of the infinite worlds of fantasy, literature, and tabletop gaming. For decades, these books, films, albums, and games have populated our minds with new lands, glistening treasures, and wise lessons, and the Citadel now exists to do the same. Each reading will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city so that you may experience new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. If you're more familiar with reading the tarot than oracle decks, you'll find tips on how to use this deck alongside the tarot at the back of this book. Beyond cartomancy, the Citadel can be used as a supplement for tabletop roleplay games. At the back of this book, you'll also find a guide on how to use the Citadel as a tool for generating new worlds, characters, and encounters for fantasy gameplay. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bags, open the gates, and step inside, okay? So, how does this work? How the Citadel works. In the Citadel, each card represents an archetypal character who resides in the city, okay, such as the champion or the poet, with a short description of what this archetype encapsulates and what message they can impart to you. Similar to the character cards, think the kings, queens, knights, and pages of the tarot, these cards describe people. They are designed to be interpreted broadly. They may not just refer to you or people in your life, but may also express aspects of a situation and help you reflect on your position, what you need, and how you can proceed. Okay, like the tarot, the Citadel Oracle is segmented into suits. Each suit represents a stratum of the Citadel society, classes that populate different areas and levels of the city. Visually, you can imagine that the Citadel is built in a series of walled circles, each one joined to the next by a myriad of stairs and gateways. Each suit, and therefore social group, expresses certain themes and imparts certain messages. Okay, so this is what this is looking like. Okay, these are the first two suits. Okay, so right in the center of the Citadel, which is the regular triangle, nestled amongst all the other districts is the court. Cards in this suit represent achievement and completion, yet also unbreakable bonds and a sense of ultimate responsibility. Okay, that's the middle of the city. Okay, the triangle with the line through the top. Encircling the court is the academy, representing those who flourish in acts of study and ingenuity. These cards represent learning, aspirations, and development. Okay, then we have the last two, which is the upside down triangle with the line and without the line. The largest circle, the outermost district of the city, houses the crowd. People who know the value of a day's labor and the importance of family, either found or given. Cards in this suit represent hard work and necessity, as well as fulfillment and community. The last one, which is the upside down triangle, that's plain. A final suit which moves between all parts of the city is the truth. These cards are visitors to the Citadel, the artists and the creatives, folks who know how to master true desires in order to fit in with those around them. These are cards of self-expression and freedom, but also of doubt, inner turmoil, and personal identity. The Citadel is greater than the sum of its parts. The city and you can only flourish by acknowledging and balancing the strengths and weaknesses represented by all of the suits. Okay, now we're into the card meanings. With the gates of the Citadel out your back, the city's wide streets stretch out before you. On one side, busy shops and businesses thrum with locals going about their day, or travelers like you resupplying at the beginning of their next long journey. On the other side runs a canal, deep in blue, ferrying small boats and punts back and forth. Ahead of you, the winding steps that will lure you deeper and eventually right into the heart of this bustling world. Endless possibilities lie ahead. An unknown future awaits. You just need to take that first step. Now that you understand how to use your deck, use the following pages to get to know the cards and what they mean for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a card, okay? We're going to pick a card for whoever is watching this unboxing or whatever we as a collective need to know. It's my first time picking a card. And we're going to go inside of the deck and look at the structure of the page. Okay, and discuss what's going on. Okay, yeah. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, turning the notification bell on. Okay, this is the one. And of course it is. It's the Spy Master, Knowledge and Distrust. Okay, and it's this card with this raven and this key. Okay, so yeah, it definitely could be people watching the collective. Okay. If you're seeing this, there could definitely be somebody watching you, particularly if you're trying to move, you're trying to make a move, or whatever the case may be. Your intuition is trying to tell you about somebody who's messy and somebody that you should not be trusting. So if we go to the Spy Master, and we go back to the front, where it tells you the page numbers, okay, quick reading guide, tells you the page number for the Spy Master. Number 48, okay, knowledge and distrust. Okay, page 48. Okay. Ooh, these are cute, y'all. I'm about to show you. Okay, so this is how the book is set up. You have a picture of the card on the right, okay? And on the left, you have the top, which is the name of the card, okay? And it gives you a reversal. It gives you messages for reversal. So reversals are taken in this deck. You can take reversals at any point in time, but you know what I mean. So in regards to the message for this collective and the way this is set up, nothing happens in the Citadel that escapes the spy master's notice. They must surely be one of the most powerful people in the court, okay? So this is a court situation, okay? This is like a archetype, a personality, okay? So they must surely be one of the most powerful people in the court, and yet their office is a small affair crowded with papers and bottles of stale drink. Okay, and knowing how fallible people truly are, how can they trust anyone else? Knowledge is both a stepping stone to power and a poison to optimism. And in seeking it so voraciously, the spy master has become trapped on a lonely path. The pursuit of knowledge is a grand goal, but don't let it tarnish your opinion of the world. If you only pay attention to the negative, you can find every person's flaws, every piece of bad news, every shadow, even on a sunny day. Instead, try to exercise some positivity and forgive those around you for their faults. A relationship or situation can be so much better if its flaws are acknowledged but not focused on above all else. Interesting. They're telling y'all, okay, they're telling y'all that no, nothing gets past you, or there's somebody who's really watching you. Either you're the person nothing gets past, or there's somebody actively watching y'all. Okay. And honestly and truly, like, somebody has some really like bad habits that they're struggling with. Like maybe they're living in filth, okay, or maybe they have issues with substance use, okay. Mm-hmm. Knowledge is both a stepping stone to power and a poison to optimism. Yeah, be careful what it is that what you're wishing for. Try not to get into other people's business, okay, especially if you don't want people to be in your business, okay. The pursuit of knowledge is a grand goal, okay. Something else have to do with school, education, okay, but don't let it tarnish your opinion of the world. Watch out for what type of news and what type of information, okay, or stuff on social media that you are looking for, okay. But that's how these cards are set up, y'all. These are super, super cute. And before I get up off of here, I'm about to show y'all the last part in the back, okay, because I'm obsessed with this deck, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I can get to the very last page. Okay, here we go. Then we have the dice, the dodecahedron, gaming with the Citadel. It teaches you how to game, okay? Now that you've explored the Citadel, how to deal with like NPC stuff, okay? Then they're teaching you how to world build, just like they talked about, okay? Building a location, the court. Oh, these are ones right here are also these are also the spreads, okay? We have the court, first draw, second draw, third draw. This is also how you like play the game instead of just like pulling a card. Build an encounter. Yeah, this is complete world building, y'all. This is actually super cool. Building a character, in-game fortune telling. Interesting. This is what this part is looking like. In-game fortune telling. This deck can also be used to add divination to the game itself. You can, oh my gosh, you can divine upon how the game is going to go. That's crazy. This is so cool. I might actually learn how to play this bit. Like, they really put a lot. You can tell that the people who made this genuinely are passionate about the games they play. These right here are the spreads, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Like, there's a hierarchy in the city. Oh, and they give you pictures of how they want the spreads to be. Super, super cute. We have the court, situation, obstacle, advice. Where am I now? Okay. The academy. Okay. I'm going to look into these. Watch. It's coming. These are cute as hell. I just like it. The Citadel spread is hella cards. How many cards is this? Hella. I might go ahead and do that. I might go ahead and do that for the collective one day. Okay, let me get to learning these cards a little bit. We're almost at the end, y'all. The Sword and Shield spread. Ooh. The sword spread, and it looked like a sword. That's hard. It's a car driving in the rain. I want some cheesecake. Here's the shield. There's hella spreads in here. I love this. I think this is so detailed. I think this is so professional. Okay, it gives you messages about complementing the tarot, how to use them with both. Okay, one card spreads and everything of that nature. Like, this shit is so cute. Okay, and that's honestly the end. After it tells you how to complement the tarot, the very last page is this little eye motif. And that is the end of this deck, y'all. Okay, the Spy Master was the card this collective got. I absolutely adore this deck, and I cannot wait to start using it. Like, this is like 10 out of 10 vibes. Like, I love it. So y'all will definitely see me integrating this into my readings. But thank you so much for being here for my unboxing. Okay, let me know down below if you yourself got this deck, how you like it. Okay, or if there's a certain type of deck that you're wanting to see from me, or if you make decks and you're wanting to send me a deck, go ahead and check the link in my description box to DM me. Okay, but with that being said, I fucks with y'all a long way, and I truly appreciate y'all being here for this unboxing. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all at the Citadel. Mwah. Bye.